Imagine if Adam Silver decided to declare an NBA redraft for the top 50 players in the league today, meaning Stephen Curry is out of Golden State, Jokic no longer in Denver, and so on. Well, that is what we are doing today, as we are using a random wheel to trade the top 50 players in the league to different teams. Now with this whole new league and rosters, we're going to simulate a season and playoff simulation on NBA 2K24 to determine the winner. Now this is about to be madness, so fellas, go sit down, go relax, go grab your favorite snack, and without further ado, let the simulation begin. Here we go. So fellas, on the most famous wheel here in Outtime Productions, trading the top 50 players to new teams across the league. I'm so excited. I have no idea what to expect in this simulation, but guys, this is the top 50 players according to NBA 2K24 in order of overalls, beginning with Jokic. This will be in two parts. Here we go. Part number 1 through 30. So 30 teams, 30 now new players, as beginning with Jokic. Here he goes to the Milwaukee Bucks. So Jokic, guys, will now be in the Eastern Conference. And if you guys watch all the way through this draft, let me know down below. I see a lot of guys out there who comment, I just skipped to the roster simulation. But you guys who watch the wheel drafts, you guys are the real OGs. But we see Joel Embiid go to the Detroit Pistons. So Joel Embiid goes to Detroit, and Detroit now has a chance to make the playoffs. As injuries are turned off in this simulation, Giannis is headed to the Atlanta Hawks. He'll remain in the Eastern Conference, but this should be a really good simulation. Get to see players who are injured back and playing, like Ja Morant. But here's Luka Doncic. He is headed to the Eastern Conference, going to the Pacers. So already the East has Embiid, Giannis, and now Luka Doncic. Here is SGA's at a 96. I was about to say, hold on. That is crazy. The SGA's already at a 96. He's having such a crazy career, and he's going to go to the Eastern Conference, join the Orlando Magic. So, like I said, the Eastern Conference already is stacking up, as here is Kevin Durant. He's going to go to the Boston Celtics. He goes to my team, and man, I'm not going to lie, this Eastern Conference is going to be a tough conference, as LeBron James, the greatest of all time, will be going back to Cleveland. LeBron James will be playing for the Cavaliers once again. Can he bring them a second championship, as I should say? But here we go, guys. Stephen Curry up next from the Golden State Warriors, and he's headed to Toronto. So, oh my goodness, ever since Jokic, the rest of the players have gone to the East. Stephen Curry is now going to be in Canada, going against the team that they lost to in the finals back in 2018. And Jason Tatum, he is headed to the Western Conference, going to the Minnesota Timberwolves. So, my favorite player, my MVP. I think right now Jason Tatum is a top 3 player in the NBA. I mean, you have Jokic, you have Embiid, and you have Tatum. And now going to the Charlotte Hornets is Devin Booker. Devin Booker, as of late, kind of been up and down. The Suns are just a weird team. I just don't know what to expect from the Suns. And speaking of the Suns, it's Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is going to Phoenix, and can we give our flowers to Anthony Davis, man? What a year he's having for the Lakers, staying healthy, putting up great numbers, and now going to the Golden State Warriors. It will be Kawhi Leonard. Man, Kawhi Leonard should have never left Toronto. I mean, Kawhi's obviously Kawhi, he's great, but I just don't feel like he has it anymore. I don't know. I still think he could, put up numbers, but winning a championship, not going to happen. But when we see Jimmy Butler up next, and Jimmy Butler will be going to the Philadelphia 76ers, so the team that he once played for back in 2018. So, Philadelphia fans, how do you guys feel about that? And now Ja Morant next up. Like I said, injuries are off, and Ja Morant will be going to Washington, D.C. to join the Wizards. So, Ja Morant will be in the Eastern Conference now, as we got Tyrese Haliburton, who has struggled as of late. He began the year playing really good, and now he will be going to the New York Knicks. He will remain in the Eastern Conference. So, from Indiana to New York. And now, speaking of a Knicks player, it is Jalen Brunson. What a year he is having at a 91 overall, and he is headed to the San Antonio Spurs. Guys, let me know down below, who would you rather have, Tyrese Haliburton or Jalen Brunson? Comment them down below. But here's Anthony Edwards. He should be like a 93 overall. I'm not gonna lie, he's only a 90, which is crazy, but he will be going to the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's just as good as Tyrese Haliburton and Jalen Brunson. I mean, come on, 2K. But anyways, Kyrie Irving going back to Brooklyn. He will be on the Nets. So a lot of players going back to former teams, like LeBron to Cleveland, and now Kyrie to Brooklyn. And here's Domantas Sabonis of the Sacramento Kings going to the LA Clippers. So he will remain in the Western Conference, as now Damian Lillard is up next, and Damian Lillard will be going to the Utah Jazz. Dame will be going back to the Western Conference. As now here's Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama at an 89 overall, having a great rookie season, should win Rookie of the Year, will remain in Texas and go to the Dallas Mavericks. No Kyrie, no Luka there, so he's going to be on his own, as De'Aaron Fox of the Sacramento Kings will be going to the Miami Heat. And man, I feel like De'Aaron Fox is a Miami Heat type of player. If you guys know what I mean by that, I mean the culture in Miami just speaks De'Aaron Fox. Then we got Trae Young going to the New Orleans Pelicans. So Trae Young is now in the West. Paul George at number 25 and an 89 overall. A couple teams left here in part number 1. We'll be going to the Sacramento Kings. He will remain in California. And now we got Jaylen Brown, 89 overall, having one of the best seasons of his career this year, and he will be going to the rival team, the LA Lakers. I mean, he went to college in California, so looks like he's going back, and now he's on the Lakers, as Zion Williamson will be headed to the Houston Rockets, not far from New Orleans, so Zion will stay in the West. And now LaMelo Ball, fully healthy, he is number 28 on this list and an 88, and he'll be going to the Denver Nuggets. So the last two teams here in part number 1, we got, let's see, the Grizzlies and the Bulls, and it will be Tyrese Maxey who went to the Chicago Bulls, even Bam Adebayo to go to the Memphis Grizzlies to end part number 1. So, but as we get to part 2, as you see, 31 through 50, meaning 10 teams won't get a second player, however, 20 teams will. And now going to the Chicago Bulls, beginning off will be Karl Anthony Towns from the Minnesota Timberwolves, so the Bulls will get Towns here. As Kristaps Porzingis is up next from my Boston Celtics. Where will Porzingis be going to? It looks like he's going to Cleveland to join LeBron James and the Cavaliers, and already Cleveland has a super team. That may be the team to beat in this simulation, as we got Jamal Murray up next, and Jamal Murray is headed to the Miami Heat with De'Aaron Fox. So De'Aaron Fox and Jamal Murray both in Miami. What a backcourt they're going to have, as James Harden, 87 overall from the Clippers, and he will be going to OKC. He's now back on the Thunder. So Thunder fans, how do you guys feel about that? As next up, speaking of the Thunder, Chet Holmgren, and he will be going to the Timberwolves. So we saw Minnesota get Jason Tatum, and now they have Chet Holmgren. That is going to be a good duo out there in the West. Evan Mobley from the Cavaliers is going to be on the Toronto Raptors with Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry was drafted in the first round of this simulation wheel draft to Toronto, so Toronto's looking pretty good, guys. As Paolo Banchero, great year this year, and he'll be going to Sacramento to join Paul George. And it's crazy, the top 50 players range from 85 to 98. I mean, we did this simulation a couple years ago. Number 50 was like an 80 overall, so the NBA talent we got now today is so good. As we see, going to Boston will be Pascal Siakam as he joins Kevin Durant. Brandon Ingram just got injured a week ago, but in this simulation, he's healthy, and he'll be going to the Phoenix Suns. So guys, number 40, Lauri Markkanen is up next at an 87 overall, and Lauri Markkanen from the Utah Jazz to the LA Lakers joining Jaylen Brown. So can the Lakers make the playoffs with Jaylen Brown and Lauri Markkanen? They also get to keep D'Angelo Russell because he's not in these top 50, which is pretty crazy. I feel like he should make it, but now going to the Wizards is Jaren Jackson Jr. But like I said, the talent in today's NBA is crazy. Just look at the overalls on these players. Then we see Jared Allen from the Cavs go to the Utah Jazz. And I think that's 4 Cleveland players, or maybe 3, who have left Cleveland in the simulation. But Cavs fans, you guys can't be mad. You got LeBron and Porzingis, as Bradley Beal is head to the LA Clippers with Sabonis in this simulation. And now DeMar DeRozan up next, 86 overall. DeMar DeRozan from Chicago to Philadelphia, joining Jimmy Butler. So low-key, guys, that Philadelphia 76er team, very good on paper right now. But now we got Alfred Sengun, very underrated center, and he'll be going to the Portland Trailblazers in this simulation. Sengun, one of my favorite players in the NBA. Actually, I just like his game a lot. But now we got Julius Randle. He's healthy, and he'll be going to the Milwaukee Bucks in this simulation, joining Jokic. So Jokic and Randle, how is that going to work out? DeJounte Murray of the Atlanta Hawks now on to the Orlando Magic. So DeJounte Murray, who torched the Celtics the other night, still a little salty about it, on Orlando, as Cade Cunningham up next from the Detroit Pistons. And now to the San Antonio Spurs in today's simulation, meaning 2 more players are left. Number 49, Scottie Barnes. Scottie Barnes is headed to Detroit to join Joel Embiid and the Pistons. So the Pistons are looking pretty good finally, as Rudy Gobert is last up, number 50 from the Timberwolves, now to the Atlanta Hawks, joining Giannis Antetokounmpo. So guys, that wraps up the 50 wheel draft. Now it's time to get on to NBA 2K24 and simulate the season. Man, what a wheel draft. If you guys stayed through it the whole way, let me know down below. But right now, just gonna go over some rosters and then simulate the season and the playoffs with live games here in 2K24. We saw the 76ers, DeRozan, and they got Jimmy Butler. The Bucks, they got Jokic, who was #1 pick. The Bulls are looking solid. But as we go through these rosters, let me know down below your favorite team or just a team that you think is gonna win. Like I said, injuries are turned off. Lonzo Ball is actually gonna be in this simulation. I know a lot of you guys are interested to see him play, so Then we go to the Celtics. Kevin Durant, Siakam. We kept Holiday. We kept Horford. We kept White. I mean, who says that we don't win a championship? That team is good enough to win a championship for sure. The Clippers, the Grizzlies, Marcus Smart, who I think right now, or I think Marcus Smart overall is a top 3 point guard in the NBA when he is healthy. But that is when he is healthy. He is injured right now. Then we see the Miami Heat, De'Aaron Fox, Jamal Murray, a lot of guards on Miami. Not sure how that's going to work out. They don't have too many centers, but we see the Hornets, Devin Booker, the Jazz, Jarrett Allen, Damian Lillard. They ended up getting 2 players, which I said 20 players, or 20 teams I should say, got a second player. So if you're lucky enough to get a second player, you probably have a better chance. Then we see Tyrese Haliburton from the New York Knicks. We see the Lakers with Jaylen Brown. I mean, this is going to be such a fun simulation. I love doing these type of videos because you never know what to expect. You never know what teams and players can end up winning a championship, which teams could do bad, which teams could do good. Like we see Wembanyama on the Mavericks all by himself, added 90 overall, which is still crazy, with another rookie, Lively. Then we see the Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie back in Brooklyn. Didn't like it there, but looks like he's going to go back in the simulation. Denver, they get LaMelo Ball. They didn't get a second player. The Pacers didn't get a second player, but they did get Luka Doncic, who honestly he could carry any team he goes to. The Pelicans with Trae Young. The Pistons, Joel Embiid, Scotty Barnes. I actually like that duo a lot. Then we see Toronto Raptors, Stephen Curry, Mobley. They keep RJ Barrett. That team could be tough to beat there in the Eastern Conference. Then we see the Rockets with Zion. The Spurs, Brunson and Cunningham. So San Antonio, not too bad. Really guard heavy though. That's the only problem. The Suns, Anthony Davis, Brandon Ingram. Man, this Suns team is going to be tough to beat as well. This Thunder team is good. Anthony Edwards, James Harden, Josh Giddey. Then we see the Timberwolves, Jason Tatum, Chet Holmgren, Conley. That could be a pretty good team out there in the West. The Blazers, Donovan Mitchell now in Portland with Sengun. That could be another sleeper team. The Warriors, they get Kawhi Leonard, but not too much there. As the Wizards, Jaren Jackson, John Morant, Kuzma. How about that new big 3 in Washington, D.C.? But guys, let's simulate to the end of the season to see what happens. And your MVP is Luka Doncic, averaging a triple-double, his first ever in his career with the Pacers. He had 33, 10, and 10. Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year, no debate there, 23 points. Giddey comes off the bench, wins 6th Man of the Year in Oklahoma City. And how about Wembanyama, another award, defensive player, Paul Reed. And then we go to the league leaders in points, and it's Jason Tatum leading it with 34.3. That just goes to show you he's surrounded by such talent in Boston. If he goes anywhere else, he can literally average 34 points a game, just like Luka Doncic does. But Luka was number 2, or number 2, I should say. But Joel Embiid's up there. Jokic, Beal, Edwards, Lillard, Booker. Rebounds per game, Sabonis goes to the Clippers, averages 12. Man, Sabonis in real life, I'm pretty sure he's at like 50 straight games with a double-double, so this is definitely accurate. How about Kevin Love, though? Kevin Love turning back time. Then we see the Knicks have Tyrese Haliburton as the #1 guy in assists per game. And now on to the standings in the East, the Knicks with Haliburton on the 1 seed. Can you believe that? As we got the Pacers with Doncic, Atlanta, Detroit, Chicago, Orlando. This Cavs team with 48 wins is a 7 seed in the play-in tournament. The Eastern Conference, like we said at the beginning, was probably going to be good, but I don't think we expected it to be this good. As you guys see, the teams in the East, I can't believe Boston only had 33 wins. Come on, 2K. But now in the West, 57 wins was the Blazers. They get the 1 seed with Mitchell and Sengun. Rockets, Kings, Pelicans, Thunder, Warriors all slip in as the play-in tournament teams are there. And it's crazy. You could look at these standings and like the 4th best team in the West would be a play-in tournament team in the East, as the Suns finished really bad with Ingram and Davis, only 20 wins. But guys, that is the Western Conference standings. And now on to the official playoff bracket. But first, we're the simulate the play-in tournament to get the 16-team field. And guys, as you see, Jazz, Lakers, a 7 game right there. Then we go to the West, Cleveland, Toronto, LeBron versus Curry. Who is going to come out of that and take the 7th seed? But now, let's simulate real quick here on NBA 2K24. Down goes Minnesota with Tatum. Down go the Hornets with Booker. Down go the Grizzlies. And down go the Wizards with John Morant. But you got to give credit to the Wizards fighting all season long. But now, here it goes, guys. This 16-team playoff bracket for today's simulation as we traded the top 50 players in the league today. It is your last chance to comment down below your favorite team or your prediction. So, starting the bracket, comment down below. All of these games are going to be similar live here on NBA 2K24. I mean, this is going to be so much fun. Just look at the bracket. So many new players on new teams. Well, guys, listen, I'm done yapping. We're going to begin this playoff simulation here in the very first round as the road to the NBA Finals in this 2K simulation begins right now. So, guys, let the madness begin. Here we go. We'll begin the season in LA where the Portland Blazers, the #1 seed in the West, has Donovan Mitchell, no respect for the CPU, as the Blazers will sweep the Lakers in the very first round, ending the Lakers season. Tough way to go out in a sweep. Down goes Jaylen Brown and Markkanen. And now off to Cleveland where the Cavaliers as an 8 seed are trying to sweep the #1 seed at Knicks. Can you believe this? We're in overtime. LeBron to Porzingis. Cleveland up by 2. I mean, LeBron James, you can never doubt him in the playoffs, even as an 8 seed. I don't think we've ever seen in the simulation history an 8 seed sweep a 1 seed, as here is Tyrese Haliburton the other way for New York. Timeout Cleveland, 42 seconds, tied at 147. Man, what a game. Now out of the timeout, here is Cleveland trying to take the lead and end this series. New York just answered back with a 2 as LeBron James driving in the paint. LeBron! No! Great defense there from the Knicks, and here comes New York trying to come back from this 3-0 deficit, but they turn it over. Haliburton dribbles it off the foot. Other way, here comes Okoro. Hey, below the bunny. Oh my goodness, how did Okoro blow that? That would have gave the Cavs the lead, and now Haliburton has in 16 seconds, about a 1 second shot difference between shot clock and game clock. So here we go. Knicks have the ball, motioning DiVincenzo. Haliburton, top of the key, screen from Achua. Haliburton, face on the 3, right to Achua for the jam. Knicks up by 2. Wow, how about Haliburton? And so the Knicks lead with 2.1. Cavs call a timeout. Can they force overtime or go for the win? Cleveland inbounds to Garland. Bang! Oh my goodness! Cleveland wins the series and makes history. The 8 seed has just swept the 1 seed here in this simulation in spectacular fashion. I mean, guys, we haven't seen a shot like that in ages. Darius Garland, oh man, the deepest three you could imagine. And the Knicks are going home in an absolute heartbreaker. The Cavs went off in this game. Garland with 43, LeBron with 36, Porzingis 25. Cleveland is rolling, and now we continue the first round in Atlanta with the Orlando Magic. The 6 seed will be the 3 seed at Hawks with Antetokounmpo. So down goes Atlanta, and on goes SGA and this Orlando team. On to the next round, SGA and DeJounte Murray, a very good backcourt in this simulation. And now we are off to New Orleans. It is the OKC Thunder who will beat the Pelicans in 5 games, 140 to 133, your final. And this Thunder team with Anthony Edwards and James Harden will knock off the Pelicans, so the Pelicans season will come to an end with Trae Young. And now on to Canada, where the Raptors are down by 1, but they have a series lead 3-2. Can they close it out? Here is Stephen Curry, puts in the 3. Toronto up by 2, 41 seconds. Here comes Luka Doncic and the Pacers, and Indiana is a 2 seed, so they're trying to avoid the upset. Doncic right past Curry. That was too easy. I mean, they gotta switch Curry on somebody else, but here we go. 32 seconds. Here comes Toronto, looking to regain the lead, and then the series in 6. Curry between the legs, has Doncic isolated, going left, step back 3. No! Rebound Pacers. Here we go. 20 seconds. Out of timeouts. They have a chance to take the lead into 4-7 as the ball in the hands of Luka Doncic. He's been in these moments before. He's stepped up before, but can he do it in this simulation? As we're now down to 5 seconds. Screen from Turner. Doncic bounce past Turner. Slams it down. Pacers have the lead with 1.9. Timeout Toronto. Indiana, huge basket there. And similar to the Cavs against the Knicks in the first round, it is the Pacers up by 2. Curry for the win! Oh, it went off the rim! That was like the Kawhi shot, but this one bounced out, and there will be a Game 7. Indiana goes on the road in Game 6 to force a 7-game series. But in the meantime, we are heading to Golden State, where the Sacramento Kings will get vengeance as they will beat the Warriors in a Game 6, 112-89. So the Sacramento Kings team with Paul George is now on to the next round, as down goes Kawhi in Golden State. And now off to Houston, it is the 2-seeded Rockets who will win a Game 7 against the Jazz as time will run out. And man, how good are the 7 and the 8 seeds playing this simulation? The Jazz force 7 on the 2 seed, however they can't get it done, as the Houston Rockets will move on to the second round of this simulation. Game 7 in Detroit. Bulls Pistons coming down the wire. The 4 vs 5 seed. 45 seconds. Chicago down 1. Here is Tyrese Maxey on the drive against his former teammate Embiid. But no Embiid gets the stop. And here come the Pistons up by 1. 35 seconds. Now they go to Scotty Barnes. Barnes looking for Embiid. Will he go to him? Yes. Vucevic has to defend. Embiid, the former MVP, with nothing. Out to Barnes. Shot clock winding down. Bulls need to stop. Here is Ivy. 4 seconds. Ivy back to Embiid. Embiid in the paint. Goes up with it. And he missed it. Rebound Chicago. Joel Embiid misses the bunny. And now Chicago has a chance to win this series right here, right now. Ball in the hands of Maxey. 5 seconds. They go to Kobe White. Kobe White with 2. Kobe White. Step back. Got it for the win. And the series. Ice in his veins. Kobe White beats the Pistons on a walk-off game winner. Heartbreak here, Detroit. Kobe White put that on a highlight reel. How about this first round? Unbelievable shots, and the Bulls will win the series in 7. And remember, Indiana forced Game 7 on Toronto, but as we go to Game 7, the Raptors will win the series as they win Game 7 120-100. So the 7th-seeded Raptors with Stephen Curry are going to take out the Pacers in 7. Fellas, what a first round. 2 legendary shots here on Outside Productions. From Darius Garland to Kobe White, 2 game winners, and now off to the conference semifinals. You see the teams, you see the matchups. Hopefully your favorite team is still in this simulation, because guys, we're going to continue here on NBA 2K24 with live games to see which teams will move to the Final 4. So, let's go. We begin the second round in Orlando, where the 7-seeded Raptors will go all the way to the conference finals as they will beat the Magic in 5 games. So how about this Raptors team? And give credit to Orlando, they had a great season, but ultimately Steph Curry and Toronto moves on in the East Finals. And now we head to Sacramento, where the Rockets are down by 1, and the Kings have a series lead of 3-2. So can they close out here in 6? As here's Fred VanVleet, goes to Adams, blocked by McGee. JaVale McGee with the rejection. Oh man, put that block on a highlight reel. And it's cool to see Steven Adams back in the simulation with the injuries turned off, and Sacramento can get the dagger. Here is Paul George. Kings up by 1. Barcaro. Shot clock down to 7. George going on Zion. Now it goes to Monk. Monk has it. Stripped. Stolen by Thompson. Rockets on the break. They get 4-7 with a make here. But their season comes down to this. Last possession. VanVleet. 6 seconds. Fred VanVleet now with 4. He's gonna get it going. The screen from Adams. VanVleet. No! Kings hold on, and they will beat the Rockets in 6. Houston had an opportunity there late. What a finish though in Sacramento, as the Kings will beat Zion and Houston. And now we go to Oklahoma City, where the 1 seed goes down in the West, as the Thunder will beat them in 6 games. So on goes this Thunder team. And for this Blazers team with Donovan Mitchell, a great season, but disappointment as their season comes to an end. And now we go to Cleveland. The Cavaliers from the 8th seed to the Eastern Conference Finals, as they will knock off this great Chicago Bulls team in 6 games. So down goes Tyrese Maxey, Towns in Chicago, as on goes LeBron and Porzingis of the Cavaliers. And so we are down to 4 teams in this 2K simulation. In the West, Sacramento versus OKC, and in the East, Toronto versus Cleveland, the 7 versus 8 seed in the East. I mean, this is what you gotta love about these simulations. Anything can happen, anything is possible. But guys, it is now time to simulate to see which 2 teams will make the championship series here in Halftime Productions. So guys, let's continue on. 2 game 7s in the conference finals. Here's the first one in the East in Canada, as the Raptors and Cavs are tied at 115. Curry has it. Curry goes up over Garland and misses the floater. Porzingis the rebound, and Cleveland has an opportunity to take the lead. 40 seconds, the ball in the hands of Garland. Remember, Garland had that shot in the first round. He thinks he should be a top 50 player, as LeBron underneath, trying to do it to Canada once again. Remember, they called it LeBronto back in the day. So the Raptors can reverse the tide right now, but they're down by 2. 25 seconds and the winner go home for the finals. As here is Stephen Curry. He just missed a moment ago. Going at Garland. Nothing there. Great defense from Garland. Curling the paint. Shot clock down to 7. Cleveland with some tight defense here late. Mobley. Now it goes. Barrett to the drive. Floater. Off the ribbon, no! Man, the Raptors have had so many shots like that in this simulation. The ball just floats off the rim. And now Darius Garland in the line for the Cavs. A chance to ice this series. He's got it first, but this is the important one. Garland got her both. And how about the 8-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers on their way to the NBA Finals as the Raptors here with 1 second. Time runs out. Will go down. So Cleveland with LeBron and Porzingis going to the Cavs are now in the championship series as the Raptors a great season, but it comes to an end. And now to the Western Conference, it will be the Oklahoma City Thunder over the Sacramento Kings. So down goes Paul George and this Kings team with Paulo Banchero as James Harden and Anthony Edwards of OKC moves to the NBA Finals to play the Cleveland Cavaliers. Big time win on the road. And so 2 teams remaining in this simulation where we traded the top 50 players. And now we got the Oklahoma City Thunder as the 5 seed versus the 8 seeded Cleveland Cavaliers. Edwards versus LeBron James. Porzingis versus James Harden. I mean, this is going to be a battle as we're going to simulate our best of 7 series here on NBA 2K24 to see who will be the champion in today's simulation. So guys, let's get right to it. Game 6 in OKC. Thunder up by 1. They're also up in the series as LeBron James keeps it to Garland for a 3. Missed it. A rare miss from Garland in this simulation. And guys, the Thunder can win the championship right here on their home floor, or the Cavs go 4-7. Edwards stripped. LeVert has it. Cleveland on the break. LeVert with 35 seconds gives it to Okoro, and he will get fouled. And he will go to the free throw line with 34 seconds and a chance for the lead. He's got the first, second one. This for the lead. And it is no good. Rebound Williams. OKC up before. They are trying to regain the lead as James Harden trying to win his first championship. And this OKC crowd is on their feet as Anthony Edwards has it. Shot clock down to 12. Edwards isolated. Crossover. Edwards step back for the lead. Missed it. Rebound LeBron. 14 seconds. Here come the Cavs. No timeouts. Shot clock is off. Cleveland trying to 4-7. LeBron in the paint. 6 seconds. LeBron James. Screen from Porzingis. LeBron. Good. Off the glass with 3 seconds. Inbound to Edwards. Edwards for the championship. Off the ribbon, no! Cleveland forces 7. LeBron the game winner in Game 6. Hey guys, the NBA Finals will go the distance. What a game! And Cleveland will complete the series comeback in the NBA Finals to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder and win today's simulation and the championship as an 8 seed. Unbelievable run. LeBron comes back to Cleveland and gives them their second title. Porzingis gets his first. Man, what a simulation. So many legendary moments. And for the Thunder, they had a great run. I don't think anybody expected them to get here, but it will come down to a heartbreak as they blow a 3-2 lead in the finals. And I want to see your guys' thoughts and reactions down below in the comments of this simulation. Did anybody predict Cleveland to win it? Let me know down below. But they were celebrating right now. And thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a long simulation, so if you made it to the end, comment that down below as well. The Cavs are today's champion, and I don't know why Max Strus is holding up the Finals MVP. He didn't even win it, but I mean, let him celebrate. He is now an NBA champion. But guys, once again, thank you for all the support. You are all the GOATs. I'll see you in the next simulation, and we out for today.